Hello, my beautiful Leos. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to look into what's coming your way in the next chapter of your life. I'm going to dive right in here. I know I have been MIA for a while now. In some of the readings, I talked about it in the weekly reading as well. And just when I thought everything is working out really well, yesterday I'm going through a move. I moved to a place and something happened really negative and I didn't want to live in that space anymore and I had to move again. I thought this is a better way. That's why I've been missing. I have for you, okay, I am in the next chapter of my life and I feel like this is actually very fitting when it comes to your reading as well. There are 2 tiers of joy coming forward here. This is outside of your comfort zone. Again, when you get outside of your comfort zone, it is going to come forward. Another thing now I'm thinking, I feel like even though this is specific to Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Leo, I don't have that in my chart, but exactly the message came forward to me too here. So the tears of joy, the good news lies beyond, outside of your comfort zone. I tried, like when I was moving, the first place that I was moving actually was inside of my comfort zone, right by my sister, but the neighbors were really, really rude and disturbing. And so as soon as I recognized that if I would have put in a fight, it wasn't going to go the way I want it to be because I want peace. I want smoothness in home. So what happened is I went outside my comfort zone and this new next place is actually much better. So the thing is, you might have to get outside of your comfort zone if you would like to achieve the tears of joy, the success, peace. I see there's another pathway opening here, okay? This is again outside of your comfort zone. So for you, this wasn't really the experience for other signs when it comes to this reading, but for you, there's something better waiting for you out there, okay? So if you're insistent on maybe if you're working in a certain company and there are things happening negatively, you're pushing yourself to work there, maybe start looking for other options because it seems like the universe is already preparing something for you, something better, something much more peaceful, abundant, prosperous. So you can go start looking for those things at this moment. If this is a relationship, and if you have done everything in your power, seems like there's a better outside pathway opening. This doesn't mean leaving the relationship. This means that doing something different. Okay, if you would like to get the different results. I see here, this is very clear to me. I remember this from a scene, The Kingdom of Sun, I think something like that, a movie. There's a tree on the hill. This kind of reminds me of the movie Shawshank's Redemption. If you watch the movie, there was a wall right next to a massive tree at the end of the movie. So this tree kind of reminded me of that. And the purpose of the movie at the end of the day was freedom, being free of an authority that is actually bullying you, disturbing you. And authority can be a mental authority. This is doing that to you. The authority can be a spiritual authority that doesn't really exist outside, but within you, keep giving you the words advice that doesn't serve you. Okay, so it seems like you are setting off, freeing yourself from that kind of a moment right here. In the next chapter of your life, this tree is your groundedness. You can see under it, there are rooms, spaces under it. So if you're feeling when you get out of your comfort zone, go into a new adventure, ground yourself to a different place, those rooms are your protection rooms, okay? Those are your shelters. So if you're feeling, I'm not going to be protected in the next place, no, you're going to have all the protection that you need. You're going to have all the space that you need. In the next chapter, you will be safe and protected, okay? Another thing I see here is there's a mushroom. The mushroom, we can only see the cap of it because you can see the ground is covering its body. So maybe there is a project in your hand. You can only see a partial of that. And the ground, the stem, the thing that grounds this item is not really visible. That can be putting you in a space of like, oh, it's not going to work out. I don't see any results. When is it going to grow? Which mushrooms really grow fast. It seems like it already grew. Look, you can look at how tall the stem is underground. I also see a letter A. A can be the name of a person you're dealing with in this situation. A can be like Allie, Abigail, can be like in the middle, like Kate, Kathleen, so Diana. This can be something that is like a person who's orchestrating things in the background, or maybe even blocking your vision that you're not seeing it. Okay, seems like here though you can see this massive fish forming. It's like a rocket ship shooting to the sky. Fish, most of the time in this kind of readings, they symbolize wealth, abundance, success. What else? It can be money, resources coming into your life. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Not only plenty, this fish also is massive, massive. It has like partial parts of it, but it's massive catch for you. When I look on top of right there, there is a bird. The bird initially reminded me an owl, but this can also be looking like a falcon. They both have different meanings. I'm going to go with explain both of the meanings because this is a general reading. Maybe this one resonates, the other doesn't. So the first thing I see with the falcon is freedom, okay? Being free. And I think either eagles or the falcons, when they get to a certain age, they need to break their beaks in order to live longer, because when they break their beaks and claws, they grow new ones with healthy ones, so they can last another 40 years, okay? And so it seems like here, this is your part of your transformation. There is a structure that isn't holding you back, or maybe there's a routine that you keep following, and that's not really serving you anymore. You are breaking free from this. Another thing with the owl, but now I'm feeling like they can actually cover each other. You're going to be intuitively guided towards this transformation. You don't have to force yourself to change things by ego, your our primitive self, basically, that can only think see through the eyes of survival. This is going to be some enlightenment, higher powers. The intuitive guidance will guide you towards how to make this transformation. So if you're feeling like I have to go through, even though the eagles, the falcons journey is a little harder, this can be, I feel like, unfamiliar situation. That's why it is going to be a little bit complicated. But after that, you're going to be able to set sail into new things, okay? So I see you standing here, Leo. You hold, kind of reminds me of, I think, Green Tara energy. Green Tara is one of the warrior deities. So this is about burning down certain things that doesn't work for you in order to build anew. It kind of like covers the Phoenix story. This is but it is sounding like the Phoenix doesn't really have control about the rebirth, but the Green Tara has. I think she was the one that brings destruction, or maybe the one with multiple hands. I can remember the name of Ganesh, I think. I'm not sure. But the thing is, even at the end of the day, the feeling that I'm getting out of this is you are protected. You see the fire is burning around you, but it's not really burning you down, because you're a fire sign. You're the passion. You're the leader. You're the rainmaker. So you are creating this wave of energy surrounding you, opening up a new pathway for you right here in the midst of chaos, even here. But in that chaos, you're going to come up with the ideas, the inspirations, okay? So if you're going through it, instead of asking the question, why is this happening to me? Ask the question that, how can I benefit from the situation? How can I benefit the most from this situation? I also see here the continent. This kind of reminds me of the continent of the Africa, and there's a pathway opening right next to it. I know this is very specific because not everybody is like going to Africa, moving Africa, but can be also, because this is a general reading, some of you might have plans about it. It is from like the south to north. The pathway is going. Maybe you're in the south, you're going towards the north of the Africa, or it doesn't have to be because it's the mainland. So it can be about like maybe within your mainland at this moment, from going from south to north. Okay, so another thing, there is a saying that everything went south downwards, meaning in this case, after the enlightenment, the rebirth moment, I see this happening for you here, that you are from south to traveling to the north, like to everything going upwards in a good way, upgrading, which is beautiful, I guess. And another thing I see is there's a legal paper for some of you, a massive legal paper right here. This legal paper has a crowd in front of it. For some of you, this can be becoming a part of a crowd, going to a school, maybe teaching to a crowd, or preaching to a crowd. But this has two parts. This can be a contract, for example, that you have signed up. Maybe you're going to go to a seminar, learn something, and teach that to people. Or this can be your experience of, like there's a pathway crossing here, maybe getting to 2 parts classes for yourself. I interpreted classes or conferences as such because it's a crowd, but this can also be a festival. Maybe you have certain product that you want to sell, maybe a 2-day street market, or like whatever that thing. In your 2-day vacation, the first day is going to have like a short period of something, and the second day is going to have a lot of details here, a lot of like fun enjoyment. And there's a crowd right next to you. I feel like you're not really inside of this crowd. You can be, maybe you're preaching to the crowd, you're talking to, engaging with the crowd, but you're not becoming a part of it. I'm saying this crowd as energies, so it can also be like feeling like hanging around this kind of like crowded energies. It doesn't have to be you speaking to people face to face, because even though we cannot see, we can transfer energy from one person to another. There's something called Reiki that we can do, energy practices that transfer energy. So you don't have to engage with people in order to receive their energy here. So what you can do is you can draw a cleaning bubble to protect yourself. Another thing I see here, there is a curious man. I'm going to show you very detailedly. He has his sunglasses. The mouth is right here. His eyes are right here. This is his hand. He's pulling, and kind of like a number 3 I see. Initially, I have kind of like a little bit dyslexia. I saw a G. When you reverse the 3, a little bit G kind of a letter. So G can be like George, can mean their first name or the last name. Joanna is a woman's name, Giovanni is a man's name. So can be that. And he has sunglasses. He has glasses. Can be short, small glasses. This person knows how to read. They do studies. Another thing I see here is a flying saucer above them. Maybe they are actually looking at the flying saucer. The flying saucer is your flying idea, your growing idea, your growth, your success, okay? So this person is looking at that from below. So this can be someone who has some power, authority, money to invest in your big ideas, or maybe support you. So if you know anyone like that, or you're coming across with anyone like that, it's good to share certain parts of the project. Maybe in the next chapter of your life, you're going to receive amazing support from extremely successful people. That can be the case here. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, you can focus on that one. We're going to check to see what's coming your way. I see a whale right here appearing already. Whale is a powerful personality, and he's attaching to a heart space right there, you see. Heart, I see letter C. It is Giorgio. Giorgio doesn't have a C. Carrie, maybe. Caleb. What else? I can't remember any man's name with C. Doesn't have to be initials though. Anyways, it's attaching to the heart. So whatever is in your heart, this person is also on the same page. Maybe they want to make that happen as well. When I first flipped your plate, the desire didn't really come through. It seems like here, there's a different way to take care of the situation. There's a different solution to the problem. Okay, so if you're feeling like I need to do something different, or I need to talk to someone different, this is a sign for you, because when you do that, it starts flowing easily, okay? It starts forming and taking a way different path that you're expecting, okay? When you want them to go straight path, but it is going another pathway and it's coming forward here. Your energy field is intact, but you can see the growth happening here. If you divide the cup plate into the 4 pieces, it's also, the growth happens in the second quarter. Second quarter can be, for example, maybe your timeline is you're taking classes for the next 4 weeks. The second quarter is the second week, basically. You can calculate timeline like that. But also, another thing here is 2 can be balance, partnership, and peace, having peace. And that can be also the beginning point of this new expansion and growth, okay? And the heart in your heart space is good because this means that whatever is in your heart, whatever is in your focus that you control over, coming forward to become a part of your journey, okay? So I did my setup for your reading this week. For the others, I couldn't basically, but we're going to keep going with the full force of these readings as soon as I settle. But I am trying to keep it up. I appreciate your support. You can watch your past timeless readings if you want to. If you haven't watched them already, that will be a great support for me. You can watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, and these are all intended for that. And that will be an amazing support for me, and I truly appreciate that, okay? Let's see what's happening. If you have a specific question, desire, intention, it's good to focus on that one. If you don't have one, we'll go with the what comes forward, which King of Pentacles is surrounding energy. Whatever that you want in your next chapter of your life, this will bring a lot of stability into your life. That's the first thing here. Stable. He's sitting down. He has his special boots for riding the horses. So he has the ability to go wherever he wants to if he wants to. The thing is, he's holding the pentacle in his hand, meaning he is prosperous. So whatever your desire is, you have the resources, the prosperity in your hand, in your mind. Everything starts with the mind, okay? So you can move forward, you can take action, and you will achieve successful results because maybe you have already achieved many things in the past. That's the surrounding energy, and you have certain confidences in certain areas, and you can actually take those and apply it to your new endeavor. For example, you might be an amazing teacher that taught many children, but you might have problem with communicating with authority or expressing your desires to the authority, getting things done, calling the state or the mayor's office and telling them to come fix in front of my pathway. Maybe you're having problems with that. Take that confidence that you're talking to your students and turn it around and apply it to the same thing. Because if you're a well-experienced teacher, probably those people were once your students, okay? So I feel like your expertise can be reapplicable to different situations as well, but the confidence, not the expertise, the confidence from one issue can be actually transferred to another one. And if you are knowledgeable about what you want, if you can express that, and that can become your reality. This is the hidden aspect of this, because you're in your new lifetime, in the next chapter, you're setting off to a new adventure, okay? New adventure, endeavors, money, maybe you're going to start a new business. You have a business idea that is very successful, but first you need to take initiative, and confidence is the key. And that's the behind this is actually, even if you don't have the plan of going on an adventure, you're going to find yourself in a positive new one. The green pastures are behind, so it is going to be a new positive thing. This is your soul's guidance and what you should be doing. What is he doing right here? He has his pentacles, his chisel, his hammer, and he's getting things done, okay? He's learning, experimenting, creating, making things happen that by hand, by mind, and going with the knowledge he has and improving that, he or she. So this is your pressing assignment. In this stage, you should be learning more, experimenting more, and growing more your abundance, wealth, prosperity, because this is your guidance, additional, extra, but this is the final point as well. The world is showing up here. You see, he has completed his cycle. He enjoyed his journey. He's setting off to a new one, and you are in the same place. You are becoming like creating a new journey because the past one has been completed in the next chapter of your life. Sagittarius, okay. My eye caught it, so I'm going to pick this one as well. We have Two of Cups and Three of Pentacles, so it's good. They're both good. Why? Because Two of Cups can be a new love coming for some of you. You're completing your cycle with, some problems and whatever is happening, maybe with love, maybe with living spaces, with work. But the Three of Pentacles indicates teamwork makes the dream work. So eventually, the key to unlock the door that is locked is partnering up with the universe, the energies, your spirit guides, or maybe human beings and the creatures, the people that are showing up in your energy field. Okay, let's get some more clarity about why this King of Pentacles shows up. Okay, because for some of you, he has a castle on the background. Birds has their home right here. A new love might be coming. Maybe you're forming a new family. You're forming a new relationship. Feels like family. Okay. And so that will bring prosperity. That will bring stability into your life. Another thing here with this energy is maybe some of you are becoming a master of abundance, wealth, material creation, and manifesting new home that you can live with your family. And this hidden aspect is this is something meant for you. This is a new adventure for your life. Stars is wish fulfillment. They're coming up with your adventure. So that's what's meant for you. That's your destined to. If you're doubting that, you're delaying the timeline. If you can keep moving forward, you will reach to your destination faster. Your soul's guidance is Eight of Pentacles. Learn as much as you can about the subject in your hand and then go do your thing. Do not dwell in the same waters because stork is ready to migrate from when the weather gets bad. They don't stay and dwell. Okay, storks tend to also self-sacrifice. We have Queen of Cups energy right there. I feel like this doesn't really mean that self-sacrifice, but it seems like when you learn what you're supposed to do, learn the life lesson, move on to the next one, move on to the next adventure. And that's actually the challenge here. That's actually your guidance here. When it comes to the final outcome, your clarity, we have a house. Some of you, the world card indicates that some of you are completing a journey of maybe renting a place and buying your own. Or this is finding a family, soul families, people aligned with your energy. Or maybe finding true home, your true place in life. Okay, that's why the world showed up. And the Two of Cups, I feel like Two of Cups energy is telling us with a tree, you're planting yourself, grounding yourself on the house, on the backyard. You're going to have a beautiful tree. You're going to ground yourself the perfect way. And Two of Cups is expressing that this is going to be your loving place. Your soul belongs to that space. We have a tower here. This is not the original tower like the tarot. This is a Lenormand tower, basically. This is stated at when you create this environment, when this comes forward, the tower is protection. That's not going to slip away out of your hands. It's going to keep growing. It's going to become something that you will appreciate. And also, it is going to be protected. If you have any fear, know that you're always safe and protected. Your space is respected, okay? And that will stay that way as well. Let me see. We're going to get your oracle now. Let me shuffle here. And then we're going to look into what you need to know, what you need to do, and what you need to release. Okay. Hold the space. We have a druid coming forward. Hold the space for yourself. If you're feeling frustrated, angry, you keep blaming the same situation, give yourself space, meaning meditation, quietness, prayer. Give yourself some mind, some space to stop thinking and then receive the divine information. Know that when you hold the space, when you have an empty space in your mind, the divine will fill it with the right information and guidance, okay? What do you need to do? Learn from spiritual experiences, which we have the Eight of Pentacles energy as well. This is the Oracle's calling. So this is, at the end of the day, wish fulfillment is here, but also a learning experience is going to come forward as well. And what happens is what we don't do will keep repeating itself. So paying attention to the details, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask the question, what am I learning from this? Okay. And finally, what you need to release is enjoy growth and reap rewards. And if you're feeling dreading the journey, if you're feeling like, oh, again, why is this happening to me? This is telling you to release that thought, release that tightness from your body and your mind, and enjoy the growth. And that way you will reap the rewards of that beautiful growth cycle. Okay. Let's get to your second oracle now. I'm asking the best advice, guidance for my beautiful Leos now through unconditional love. And thank you. We have a revelation. We have this white elf here. Kind of reminds me of, not exactly, if you know the Lord of the Rings, there's an elf there called Legolas. I think he sets his hair like that. And he has a father in the Hobbit movie. That guy starts out as a very mean person, elf, initially. And then he turns around and he becomes a good leader. Okay, revelation. And he shows compassion at the end of the day. So there is a revelation coming into your life. And I feel like at the end of the day, it is going to start with a self-compassion and then to some compassion towards others. Okay, so this is actually have here, there was once a time when the veils were thin and wise men and the women among our ancestors could pass through them. So this means that there's a dimensional journey that you're going through. Like we have energetic dimensions, we have anger dimension, we have fear dimension, we have love dimension, and it seems like your revelation is going to the peace with a white, with a doe here. You're going towards the peace dimension. Okay, what you can do, you can get a piece of paper and you can write down the dimension that you want to live in, and you can describe that beautifully. And when you read that paper again and then compare it to your life, okay, what are you doing that doesn't fit in that description? That will be your revelation right there. Let's pull your card for your affirmation and activation. Let's see during this timeline in the next chapter, what are you activating and which affirmation can bring that activation faster? Let's see. Oopsie. Okay, friendship. I love this energy. You're activating the friendship energy right here. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. I love this. Okay, I'm gonna pull your element of power. I skipped that one, but I'm gonna look into right now the affirmation too. So why the friendship is important here. This King of Pentacles, I'm sorry, can be a friend coming into your life, a powerful friend. I mentioned number 2 indicates friendship, partnership, prosperity, peace with people, also prosperity through friendships and partnerships. And it is, the affirmation is coming forward here for you is, I am a good friend. So it seems like in the next chapter of your journey, you might be a loner. Maybe you don't like people surrounding you, but this time around, you will align with the right people. You're going to be in the right place in the right time and create the right connections. Okay. And which is beautiful. Maybe even if you don't like them, it doesn't matter. If you can interact with the ones you like, then that will be a heaven. Let's get to your element of power that you can cultivate in your day-to-day life. We have water, creation. Okay, what you can do is, sometimes I do that when I go to swimming in the ocean or the sea. I actually close my eyes and lay on the water and imagine what I would like to experience when the creation comes forward, when the desire comes forward. Who would I tell? How would I tell that? And I speak to the water and say, take this desire from me and bring it back to my life in the best possible way. So you are in the creation stage of your new chapter. Focus on what you want to create, and you can speak it to the water and drink it. You can use the water element to cleanse yourself and focus on what you want. And also, maybe flowing like water instead of resisting what's coming can be useful during this process, okay? All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.